What if I told you that something as simple as eating just 2 eggs every morning could help reverse the effects of aging and bring back that energy you thought was long gone? For years, eggs have been labeled the enemy when it comes to cholesterol. We've been told to avoid them for fear they'll clog our arteries and harm our hearts. But what if all that advice was wrong? Recent research from renowned institutions like Harvard, Mayo Clinic, and the American Heart Association is turning that old belief upside down. Now, I know some of you might be skeptical. You might be thinking, eggs, aren't they unhealthy? I've been told to avoid them my whole life. Well, you're not alone. I used to think the same. But after seeing dozens of my patients experience incredible improvements simply by adding 2 eggs a day into their routine, I had to reevaluate everything. Here's where it gets interesting. Studies show that eggs are packed with essential nutrients that not only support brain health, but help boost muscle strength, improve heart function, and even keep our skin glowing. And all of this can happen simply by eating 2 eggs each morning. But before we dive into all the details, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. It's your support that keeps us motivated to bring you more content that will help you live your healthiest, happiest life. In this video, I'm going to take you through 7 incredible transformations that can happen when you eat 2 eggs a day for just 30 days. And trust me, some of the results will absolutely surprise you. So, let's get started and see how this small change can have a big impact on your health. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you were there? Or struggled to remember someone's name even though it was just said a minute ago? If you're over 60, those little slips can feel frustrating, even scary. But what if they weren't just part of aging? What if your brain was simply missing something it desperately needs? That something is choline, a nutrient most Americans don't get enough of. It's essential for building acetylcholine, a chemical your brain uses for memory and focus. And here's where it gets interesting. Just 2 eggs a day can give you nearly half your daily choline needs. I've seen it firsthand. Mary, a 72-year-old patient of mine, came to me worried about her memory. I asked her to eat 2 eggs every morning for 45 days. When she returned, she smiled and said, "It's like the fog in my head just cleared." Honestly, I felt the same when I tried it myself. At 66, I was forgetting words mid-sentence. Within weeks of adding eggs to my breakfast, I was sharper, quicker, more myself. Your brain isn't giving up, it's asking for support. Sometimes the simplest changes make the biggest difference. And while having a sharper mind is life-changing, what about the body that carries that mind every day? Have you noticed it's getting harder to lift things, climb stairs, or even stand up from a chair without effort? That's not just age, it's sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle that begins after 60. In fact, we lose up to 3% of strength every year as we age. But there's something simple you can do to fight back. Eggs are a powerhouse of complete protein, containing all the amino acids your body needs to build and repair muscle. They're especially rich in leucine, which flips on your body's muscle-building switch. Even better, egg protein has the highest biological value of any food. Your body uses it better than beef or chicken. Harold, a 68-year-old patient of mine, could barely walk to his mailbox. After eating 2 eggs a day for just 2 months, he's now playing badminton with his grandson every afternoon. I've felt it too. I'm 66, and since adding eggs to my mornings, I've noticed more strength in my arms and better balance on stairs. As Dr. Stuart Phillips says, older adults need more protein per meal to trigger muscle growth, and eggs are one of the most efficient ways to meet that need. Feeling stronger is great, but what about your heart, the engine behind it all? For years, eggs were blamed for heart disease, but science has flipped that narrative. When you eat cholesterol from foods like eggs, your liver naturally produces less to keep levels balanced. It's not the cholesterol in eggs that's dangerous. It's inflammation and the type of LDL in your blood. Eggs do something remarkable. They boost HDL, the good cholesterol, and shift LDL from small, sticky particles to larger, safer ones. A massive 9-year study tracking over 500,000 people found that eating just one egg a day reduced the risk of dying from heart disease by 18%. 2 eggs, the risk dropped by 28%. I'll never forget James, a 63-year-old cardiologist who'd had a heart attack. He was hesitant at first, but after 6 months of eating 2 eggs daily, his HDL jumped 40% and his inflammation markers hit record lows. I've seen it in my own numbers, too. Since adding eggs to my daily routine, my blood pressure stabilized and my heart labs look better than they have in over a decade. Dr. Maria Luz Fernandez put it best. For most people, eggs have no negative effect, or even a positive one, on cholesterol. So be honest. Are you still avoiding eggs because of outdated fears? Most people don't realize it, but eggs, especially the yolks, can play a powerful role in bone strength. As we age, bone loss accelerates, and 1 in 4 Americans over 65 will suffer a fall each year. But here's the thing. It's not just about calcium. It's about helping your body use calcium the right way. Eggs contain vitamin D, which helps absorb calcium, and vitamin K2, which helps direct it to your bones instead of letting it harden in your arteries. They also provide phosphorus and complete protein, both essential for strong bones. I remember Elena, a 70-year-old patient who broke her wrist from a small fall. She'd been taking calcium for years, but her bone scans were still poor. What she lacked was vitamin D and K2, exactly what eggs offer naturally. After a year of eating 2 eggs a day and getting some morning sun, her next scan showed real improvement. Personally, in my late 60s, I used to feel stiffness in my knees climbing stairs. Since adding eggs to my breakfast, I feel stronger, more stable, and less sore. Dr. Kate Romblew, a leading voice on bone health, says it best. Vitamin K2 is essential for keeping bones strong and arteries clear. So here's my question. Are you giving your bones what they really need, or just guessing with supplements? Let me ask you, have you noticed reading labels becoming harder or street signs looking a bit fuzzier at night? That's not just getting older. It may be your eyes asking for nutritional support. Eggs are one of the richest food sources of lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 powerful antioxidants that act like natural sunglasses for your eyes. They protect your macula, the part of the retina responsible for sharp central vision. And yes, they are especially concentrated in egg yolks. According to the American Optometric Association, these nutrients filter harmful blue light, reduce glare, and improve contrast sensitivity. People with higher lutein intake have a 43% lower risk of age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of blindness in adults over 50. I'll never forget Margaret, a retired teacher in her 60s. She told me her students' handwriting had started looking blurry. I encouraged her to eat 2 eggs every morning for 3 weeks. When she returned, she said, "I can finally read without squinting again." Her eye doctor confirmed her macular pigment density had increased. As for me, I used to struggle with night driving. Headlights would blur and fatigue my eyes. Since adding eggs to my diet, I've noticed sharper vision and far less strain after dark. Dr. Elizabeth Johnson, a senior researcher at Tufts University, shares, "The lutein and zeaxanthin in eggs are more bioavailable than from other sources. Your eyes absorb them better. So I'll ask you this. What if the solution to clearer vision isn't in your glasses, but in your breakfast? Here's a question for you. When was the last time your skin felt truly smooth, firm, and glowing without needing a cabinet full of creams? Eggs, especially the yolk, contain a rich combination of nutrients that your skin, hair, and nails absolutely love. Biotin, known as the beauty vitamin, helps produce keratin, the protein that keeps your skin strong and smooth. Selenium protects against UV damage, and sulfur compounds support collagen production and reduce skin inflammation. Collagen, by the way, isn't something you just apply. It's something your body needs to build from within. And to do that, it requires specific amino acids, all of which are found in eggs. I remember Linda, a 61-year-old retired librarian who came to see me with complaints of dry, flaky skin. She tried every moisturizer on the shelf. I suggested she add 2 soft-boiled eggs to her daily breakfast for 4 weeks. Her skin, noticeably brighter, more hydrated, and even her brittle nails began to grow stronger. People started asking me what I changed, she smiled. I told them, just breakfast. Speaking personally, I've seen changes too. My skin used to feel dull, especially in winter. Since including eggs regularly, I've noticed my complexion looks healthier, and my scalp isn't as dry as it used to be. Dr. Whitney Bowe, dermatologist and author of The Beauty of Dirty Skin, explains, what you eat becomes the building blocks of your skin. Nutrients like biotin and protein from real food make a bigger difference than any cream. Now let's talk about something we all wish we had more of: energy. Let me ask you this. Do you find yourself hitting a wall around 2 p.m., needing that second cup of coffee just to make it through the afternoon? You're not alone, but the problem may not be how much you sleep. It could be what you eat in the morning. Eggs are nature's perfect energy source. They're packed with B vitamins, B12, B2, and B5, which help your body convert food into fuel. Without enough B vitamins, even a good night's sleep can leave you feeling drained. They also contain iron and omega-3 fatty acids, which improve oxygen flow and reduce fatigue. Compare that to most sugary breakfast cereals, which spike your blood sugar, give you a quick high, then leave you crashing by mid-morning. David, a 38-year-old patient of mine, was a classic case. He used to rely on 3 cups of coffee just to get through the day. I suggested a change: replace his sugary cereal with 2 eggs each morning. After just 2 weeks, he told me, "Doc, I didn't just feel more alert, I actually started jogging again after work." He'd gone from coffee crashes to evening workouts. Even in my own life, I've felt it. I used to lean on snacks to push through my clinic hours. Now, with eggs and some greens in the morning, I move through the day with steady focus and no afternoon slump. Dr. Frank Hu from Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health puts it this way: high-quality protein and healthy fats, like those in eggs, help maintain stable energy levels far better than refined carbs. And as we age, perhaps nothing matters more than this: staying healthy and resilient. That's where eggs quietly become one of the best immune-boosting foods you're probably overlooking. Eggs contain a powerful mix of selenium, vitamin D, zinc, and complete amino acids, all of which are critical for building antibodies, the frontline soldiers of your immune system. Selenium, for example, helps produce glutathione, your body's master antioxidant. Without it, your immune defense weakens fast. But immunity isn't just about vitamins. It starts in your gut. And here's the good news. The choline in eggs feeds healthy gut bacteria, while the protein helps repair the intestinal lining, essential for keeping inflammation low and immunity strong. One long-term study found that older adults who ate eggs regularly had 42% fewer colds and infections compared to those who didn't. That's not just coincidence. It's nutritional science in action. As someone in my late 60s, I used to get 2 or 3 colds every winter. Since making eggs a daily part of my diet, I can go whole seasons without even a sniffle. Dr. Simon Maydani, former director of the Jean Mayer USDA Human Nutrition Center on Aging, explains proper nutrition, including protein and micronutrients from eggs, is essential to support immune function in older adults. Sometimes, the strongest protection comes from the simplest foods. Now, before you rush to fill your fridge with eggs, there's something important I need to tell you. Not all eggs are created equal. Have you ever noticed how some egg yolks are pale yellow while others are a deep, rich orange? That color isn't just pretty, it's a sign of nutrient density. The darker the yolk, the higher it tends to be in omega-3s, vitamin A, and antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin. Let me break it down simply. Conventional eggs, often from hens raised in tight cages and fed corn or soy, tend to have fewer nutrients and more omega-6 fats, which can promote inflammation. Cage-free or free-range eggs are a step up, but don't always mean the hens are outdoors. Pasture-raised eggs, from hens that roam freely and eat grass, bugs, and seeds, are your best bet. They contain 2-3 times more omega-3s and up to 40% more vitamin A. You can also look for omega-3 enriched eggs, which are laid by hens fed flaxseed or algae. A great option when pasture-raised isn't available. At the grocery store, I always look for pasture-raised on the label and check the yolk color. If it's a deep orange, not pale yellow, you've likely found a winner. And let's not forget how we prepare them. To preserve nutrients, soft-boiled, poached, or sunny-side up are ideal. Avoid overcooking. The longer the heat, the more nutrients you lose. So here's a helpful tip. Store eggs with the pointy end down in the fridge and bring them to room temperature before cooking for best results. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about eating eggs. It's about choosing the right ones and treating them right. By now, you've seen just how powerful 2 eggs a day can be. So why not put it to the test yourself? Let me invite you to something simple, practical, and potentially life-changing: the 30-day 2-egg challenge. Here's how it works. For the next 30 days, eat 2 high-quality eggs every morning, ideally within 2 hours of waking up. Prepare them any way you like, but for best nutrient retention, try them soft-boiled, poached, or lightly pan-fried. Pair your eggs with leafy greens like spinach or kale, vitamin C, rich fruits like oranges, strawberries, or bell peppers. This boosts iron absorption, supports skin and immunity, and helps balance your plate. If you can, add light morning movement, a walk, stretching, or simple bodyweight exercises. Your muscles will thank you and your energy will stay consistent throughout the day. Now, here's the key. Keep a daily log. Track your energy levels: 110, sleep quality, mood and mental clarity, skin appearance, digestive comfort, memory, or focus, blood sugar. If applicable, this doesn't have to be complicated. A small notebook or app will do. After just a week, you might already notice changes. By day 30, the results could surprise you. So here's my question. Are you ready to commit to your health, starting with 2 simple eggs? Because small, consistent steps often create the biggest transformations. And this one starts with breakfast. Sometimes the most powerful solutions are the simplest ones. You don't need a superfood that's hard to find or expensive. Sometimes the key to better health is sitting right in front of you: 2 eggs a day. Eggs aren't just a breakfast food. They are a natural, nutrient-packed solution for the aging body. From boosting your brain and muscles to improving your heart and skin, eggs are a true health powerhouse that can help you feel younger and more vibrant. As a doctor, I've seen firsthand how small changes can lead to big transformations. It's not always about the big, dramatic shifts. It's the consistent, everyday habits that add up. So why not start tomorrow? 2 eggs in the morning could be the first step toward a healthier, stronger you. Here's my challenge for you: share your journey. Whether it's your own health transformation or helping a loved one, sharing your experience can inspire someone else to take the first step toward better health. Especially for those of us who are getting older, it's important to encourage each other, especially parents or grandparents who may be silently struggling with health issues. The change starts with you, and it starts with something as simple as 2 eggs.